Breaking news for all Bears fans. Today, we've got some exciting updates straight from the Bears practice field, including real action from both 11 on 11 and 7 on 7 drills. The energy at camp is real, and what we saw today could have major impact down the road. But before we dive into the latest plays and player breakdowns, do me a quick favor. If you love getting fresh Bears content, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and don't forget to tap the bell icon so you never miss a big update. We've got tons more coming your way. Now let's jump into today's highlights. Alright, let's get into it. One of the standout moments from today's practice came from wide receiver Luther Burden. During a team drill, he ran a beautiful crossing route that caught everyone's attention. It was a smooth play with solid execution all around. Here's what happened. Before the snap, you'll notice some motion from the offense. That's likely Kelson Loveland shifting across. He runs a short cross over the middle, creating space. Another receiver runs a slightly deeper crossing route underneath. Then Burden takes it up a notch, running a deeper crossing route with perfect timing, while a go route on the outside helps pull the safety away. That opened up the field just enough for Burden to make his move. But the real key, watch his release off the line. It's quick, it's clean, and it sets up everything that follows. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Luther Burden lines up, gives the impression he's headed outside, and then boom, he snaps back inside with a sharp cut. That quick move forces the defender to flip his hips just for a split second. And that's all Burden needs. A little space, just enough to get separation. And then Caleb Williams drops an absolute dime. The ball placement, perfect. The catch, even better. It was one of those plays that just makes you say, wow. And what makes it even more impressive? Word around camp was that Burden got some tough love from the coaching staff yesterday. But today, he answered back. Strong, clean route. Solid catch, even with a defender sticking to him in tight man coverage. We've got more to break down, but just take in that moment for a second. That's how you bounce back. Let's fast forward to another rep. This one later in practice. Once again, Burden's involved. He runs a clean corner route while the offense sets up a smart route combination to stretch the defense. There's a deep route to clear the field, and someone sneaks out into the flat, classic spacing concept. If the defense is in zone, that flat pulls a linebacker or corner out wide, creating an open window in the middle. But in this case, it looks like man coverage, and the offense knows exactly what they're doing. They get the one-on-one matchup they wanted, and Burden takes full advantage. That route design and execution, sharp, smart, and smooth. Now let's talk about one of the cleanest grabs of the day. Luther Burden makes a tough catch look effortless, adjusting his body mid-air, reaching wide, and pulling it in with ease. His ability to extend and twist like that, that's elite-level control. And yes, both feet landed clean. That's a catch in any league. But don't miss the setup behind it. The offense runs a clear-out route that pulls the safety and outside corner deep, leaving Burden in a perfect one-on-one matchup underneath. The separation is already there. Now it's just about execution. And whoever threw that ball, they dropped it exactly where it needed to be. The defender had no idea where the ball was, never turned his head. That's a nightmare for any DB. Now here's where things get even more exciting. Burden is making a statement in this offense. It's early in camp, but he's showing confidence, timing, and strong hands, all in back-to-back reps. And while the first throw we saw clearly came from Caleb Williams, that second one is a bit of a mystery. The motion looked different. The release didn't quite match. After checking a few reports, it seems that throw may have come from Tyson Bagent instead. Either way, the result was the same. Tight coverage, perfect ball placement, and a strong sideline catch by Burden, once again with Tariq Stevenson draped all over him. Back-to-back plays. Back-to-back wins. Burden's putting his stamp on this offense early, and everyone's starting to take notice. So far, Luther Burden continues to stand out. A few solid targets, a couple of strong catches, it's clear he's making the most of his reps. If he keeps stacking days like this, he's going to force his way into a bigger role sooner than expected. Now shifting gears a bit, someone dropped a comment saying Tariq Stevenson is gone. Gone? Really? What do you think? Is it too soon to say that? Or is there something deeper going on with his performance? It's definitely something to watch as camp moves forward. Meanwhile, let's talk about an unexpected wrinkle in today's practice. DJ Moore lined up in the backfield. Yep, not a trick play, not a gadget snap, just a clean offensive install with Moore taking reps as a running back. And honestly, it didn't feel that out of place. With Ben Johnson now calling the shots, nothing should shock us. He's known for getting creative with formations and looks. This one, DJ in the backfield, could be just the beginning of a much bigger plan to move him around and confuse defenses. In this particular rep, the offense was just walking through the play, nothing full speed. But it looked like a quick toss to Moore, letting him work in space. Whether or not that becomes a regular thing, too early to say. But one thing's for sure, if they start using DJ as a weapon out of the backfield, even just 10 or 15 times a season, it could completely change how defenses line up against this offense. The creativity is there. The pieces are there. Now it's all about how far they're willing to go. Here's something that really stood out in today's practice, and it might hint at how creative this offense is about to get. We saw a double tight end look featuring Cole Kmet and Carlson Loveland. But what made it so interesting wasn't just the personnel. It was the formation shift. The offense came out showing 5 wide, completely spread out, an empty backfield look that forces the defense to spread thin. But right before the snap, they motioned back into a single back set, bringing both tight ends in line and handing the ball off. That kind of sudden shift, it messes with defensive reads. And here's why that's so smart. When a team runs 12 personnel, 2 tight ends on the field, most offenses bring in bigger bodies. But if those same tight ends can line up wide and run solid routes, now you've got a mismatch. If guys like Kmet and Loveland start winning out wide, defensive coordinators are forced to rethink. Maybe they take out a linebacker and bring in an extra defensive back or safety just to stay in the fight. But once you make that adjustment, boom, the Bears can shift right back into a power look with those same tight ends blocking downhill in the run game. That's what makes it dangerous. Flexibility, misdirection, matchup control. You're never quite sure what you're going to get, and that makes life very hard for defenses. This isn't just about creativity, it's about setting traps. And if this continues into the preseason, we might be witnessing the early blueprint of a much smarter, more unpredictable Bears offense. This part of practice really caught my attention, and it says a lot about how this offense could attack defenses all season long. When a team shows tight ends who can block and line up wide, defenses face a serious challenge. Why? Because they might not be in the right personnel group. Maybe they don't have the extra linebacker they need on the field. Or maybe they've already swapped him for a safety. Either way, it opens the door for mismatches. But the real spark today came from Caleb Williams. Picture this, shotgun formation. The running back motions across to the flat, and the tight end gives a chip block before releasing. It all looks like a basic rollout, until it's not. Williams takes the snap, feels the pressure, and steps up in the pocket. Just when it looks like the play's breaking down, boom, he launches one deep down the field. And there's Alamide Zakos, wide open and hauling it in for a huge gain. What makes the play so smart is the deception. It starts with that bootleg fake. The running back draws defenders one way, and the linebackers start to shift in that direction. But Williams doesn't follow through. He plants, pivots back the other way, and finds the entire field opening up. The false steps from defenders created just enough hesitation, and that's all the offense needed. One-on-one coverage, perfect throw, massive play. This was one of those moments that shows just how layered this offense can be. The design, the timing, the execution, it all came together. If they keep building on this kind of creativity, we're in for something special this season.